Hello, this is my fourth video about the death of the Pope and explaining the things that unfold in our reality around us. So we have this pop artist or rap artist in Snoop Dogg, right? Snoop Dogg releasing this song the day before the death of the Pope. So I repeat, the day before the death of the Pope on April 20th, Snoop Dogg released this music video about Mary Jane. You hear Mary? Do you hear Mary? Yes. So how does this start? You can see some important things below here. You see someone being informed in the beginning that it is going to die. Then you see the carrying of the coffin, and then you see the crucifix also. Snoop Dogg becomes crucified. It looks like that, okay? This is art. So let's just dive into this and try to I'll try to explain this to you to the best of my ability. You will also see that in my first and second video about the death of the Pope, I tell you about ascension, that I start talking about ascension of Francis, not as Francis, but as Mario, the child. So we're going to see this childlike symbolism here also in this it's obviously connected because it is the day before. You see the coffin, you see the crucifix, you see so here's how it starts. You have a doctor informing Snoop Dogg that he's going to die, and he has inner organ failure. In his case, it is his lungs. But what's interesting here is that in this video, I'm able to tell you that he has an inner organ failure. And then it starts his music, and you see the coffin. The coffin is I don't need to tell you that. I don't need to tell you what this reminds of. But of course it is connected to this, and now we're going to, you see here, he becomes this Jesus figure here. Do you see that? So this has to do with the crucifixion, which occurred in relation to Easter, and this in relation to that, okay, and then he died, and so on. There is that, there's no question about what's happening here. Again, I remind you that this was the day before the death of the Pope. Then in this music video, actually a big part of this music video is about Snoop Dogg being childlike. And for your convenience, I have drawn a red circle around Snoop Dogg where he is a child, so that it will be very easy for you to follow here that it is indeed a childlike symbolism here, which I have been telling you. I've been telling you about an ascension and a childlike something like becoming childlike. I've been talking about that. And if you have been sleeping on my videos, you can go back, you can look that, you can comment, and just, yeah. But of course, some people are going to hate me when I say like this. Of course, Of course I am right, you know, of course I am right in what I'm saying, of course, because I've been doing this for a long time and I know these things. Um, so there is a childlike theme here, and I'll talk a bit more about this also from something else in a moment. But so this is, it just continues with Snoop Dogg as a child, because as I said, there's a theme of the death of, you know, the death of the Pope. I told you that it has to do with Mario. It has to do with Mario. You get it? It's not about Francis, it's about Mario. And that is clear from my especially the second video, but you need to see the first video also to realize here that what's going on. So, and I want you to know that I'm not watching any other channel. I don't look at anything. I don't listen to anyone. I really don't. I only listen to like CNN, like just you know, normie channels. I don't listen to anyone talking really anymore, besides from the regular news reports, because yeah, that's how I feel like doing it right now. So, and I think it will continue like that. So I'll just repeat a bit here also. This is some of the content of my previous two first videos, which focuses on the news of April and sees this connection to Katy Perry. Katy, she actually is childlike when she holds up her daisy. Not only that, like there is so many connections to her. So, but when she goes to space, holding up a flower, that's typical something that a child would do. Okay, she's really behaving like a child, like she is childlike, and she was childlike exactly a month before meeting the Pope. So what's going on in front of you and what's unfolding here that I'm talking about is a beautiful thing, okay? This is a beautiful thing. This is not conspiracy that I'm talking about. This is a beautiful thing that I'm talking about here. And I'm telling you that there is a connection to ascension and to childlike behavior, something like that. You can also see here that there is a space travel theme, and you have this, the oldest astronaut of NASA landing on that same day as Snoop Dogg released his song about Mary Jane. You know, I mean, I don't know, like, how can anyone deny this, you know, like, I don't know what to say, you know. Also, the way that all of this ties together is like beautiful and like positive, you know. It's just so warm, all of this, to me. And so Don Petite, what is petite? What is petite? Well, petite means small. Petite means small. So you have this altitude change of space travel. And as I told you before, Mario takes off, you know, Mario takes off. And it connects to this. It connects to that. And it connects, you know, Katy Perry, date of birth, October 25th. It's the date of the release of the Conclave movie, you know. This is all positive symbolism. It's all warm and like cozy symbolism going on here. And I really like how how Snoop Dogg is becoming a part of that, and he is being childlike, and like he's talking about he's singing about his childlike, his childhood, and you know, you know, it's not it's not something that must be in a music video. No, like a music video is not always about being a child, you know, but his music video was. And so my first videos have 0 comments. I got 1 comment from someone changing the topic. It just wanted to change the topic. This is the kind of comments that I get. And you know, when I what do I do? Well, I think about this, and I think that I don't want to offend. Offend is so fine. It's fine to offend someone. It's fine to offend. The problem is to to try to I don't know how to explain it. Okay, but well, I think this is so obvious. You know what's going on. And, you know, I'm not even looking at other people's videos anymore because I am I'm not pleased with anything about this this communication here on YouTube. I'm not pleased with the people that I talk to here. It doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel right about the way that there is this interaction here, and the way things works here on the internet in general. I don't like it. I don't know what to say. I don't want to talk to, or talking is fine. I don't want to I don't know how to explain it. But yeah. So this is it's so beautiful and perfect, you know. A doctor saying you're going to die, and then comes the coffin and the crucifix. He becomes, and then the child, like, you know, it's just perfect. And who can argue against this? And also, I want to add that this video that I'm doing further proves the point of what I have said earlier in my first and second video. So you really need to go back and see that. You really need to think about that again, because you didn't leave any comment. You just took off, you know. Not like not like Pope Francis, you know. He took off like Mario, you know. You just took off, like, I don't know, you know. And that's how it is here on YouTube, you know. That's how it is. And yeah. And these pop artists, they're singing about what I'm talking about, you know. And that's how it is. This is what I talk about. This is what I've been talking about. And yeah, April 20th, the day before the death of the Pope, last dance with Mary Jane. Do you see how beautiful it is? It's just perfect. So, yeah, as I said, I'm not pleased with communities. I'm not pleased with the way that popularity works, and so I just you know, what I do is that I isolate myself from people, and I I put a value on my own eyes, basically. I don't want my eyes to see. How do I explain this? The thing is, I believe that my eyes and my observation has a value, you could say. And I'm not getting anything back, basically, from looking. Like, if I look at I guess there's some really good some good decoders here looking at this. Well, if I look at your videos, my eyes is going to make your it's going to make things fruitful. It feels like that. Like, it feels like I watch something and it becomes fruitful simply by looking at it. And I don't like that. I don't like just giving things away without getting anything back, basically. So I guess maybe there's going to be no comments again, because that's how people are. And that's it. But I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to talk about this, the childlike things, and the connections here that are obvious, and that probably other people are not talking about this childlike thing, because it has a positivity in it, which connects to this, to Katy Perry, Wide Awake, the inner child, a sort of a savior, becoming like that. And that's very positive. It's like super positive to see it like that. And some people don't like that. I don't know. But as I said, I haven't seen what anyone else is talking about when it comes to this. I'm trying not to look at people that I have something in common with. Like, if you basically do things that are interesting to me, it's like I don't want to see it anymore. Like, you do something interesting, well, I don't want to see that, because it makes it fruitful without me getting anything back. Yeah, I don't get anything back. No one comments here, no one likes my videos, no one shares my videos. Why should I use my fruitful eyes on you, Why should I do that? Well, as I said, what is happening here? What am I presenting here? Well, it's something positive, something beautiful, like the with Katy Perry here. You see what she's doing, and you see what Snoop Dogg is doing. They are doing something beautiful here. You get it? So, and it becomes this interconnectivity, because this is the day before the death of the Pope. And it's spreading the message of the inner child. So, see you guys.